Afternoon all. Mohammed Riza running for president. After spending the last 3 years here at De Montfort University and playing an active role both in the academic and social aspect for our union, I believe that our union is something to be proud of, but something that can be improved even more. That is why I'm running for your president. I'm just cutting it short, goes to my policies and stuff. Students don't have enough power. Students, like, there we go, like, we have to increase our representation in the board as well. Our education is being sold for profit. Hidden costs charge still remain. Every student deserves a strong student union. By how? By fighting student council and student rep and the student officers. The future of student loans looks very risky. Students need bursaries, not contract fee waivers. Postgrad education needs fair access and funding. More society training and help, everything needed by, and I need help of you guys and stuff.
The university is spending millions of pounds on new sports facilities. We are an academic institution. What do you think can be done to have more books and educational material in the library?
Sorry.
Okay. The university is spending millions of pounds on new sporting facilities. We're an academic institution, and what do you think can be done about having more books and educational material in the library?
I think this is needed very much. Why? Because education, that's why I've always said in my manifestos, education is first. That's where you come to study and stuff. And on the other hand, we need a sports center as well. It's very needed as well because all the societies, all the clubs, and they can do the training and stuff down there.
How would you liaise with the Vice Chancellor?
I think with the maintaining a liaison with Vice Chancellor is very important for the student union president and the executive as well. Why? Because having a good relationship with him and fighting for students, not like in the benefit of Vice Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor benefit of students and interest of students to fight for them.
Finally, what impact do you think the government's white paper will have on higher education?
I think it's gonna like what I was reading about. What I was reading about it is 24th. They're planning to drop it, but they're planning to maybe they brought it in before 2014 sometime. So the reason being is like what we need to liaison now. What we need to maintain our team, maintain our total, like, having a strong campaign, helping the NUS and go with the NUS to fight for the students' right.
Hello everyone, my name's Ben. I'm running for president this year. I'm a final year international relations and politics student, and I also became the president of the Amnesty International Society this year. I aim to provide a more democratic union for students, to include things like a fortnightly surgery, where you can come and talk to me about any problems that you have or concerns, and also to introduce e-petitions for you to try and get policy introduced at the Students' Union, and to try and bring back live music to the university, because I feel that it is vitally important. Thank you.
The university is spending millions of pounds on new sports facilities. We are an educational and academic institution. What do you think can be done to have more books and more educational learning material in the library?
That's a good one. I've got nothing for that at the moment. I would actively campaign with the library to see what books can be brought in, because I know students have a problem with actually getting books for their course if you want to hire a book out. So getting more copies of each book in the library is what my main thing would be on that one.
Okay. How will you liaise with the Vice Chancellor?
I would advocate having possibly a monthly meeting with the Vice Chancellor, one day a month, where we can sit down, raise our concerns and our problems, and see what we can do to make the student union move forward.
Finally, what impact do you think the government's white paper will have on higher education?
I think that it will reduce the amount of students that will come to the university. Students will think twice now about spending £9,000 a year for coming here. And I think we need to work as a student union with the university to actively campaign to protect the courses and places that we have at the moment.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name's James. I'm running for president. I'm not going to go through all of my points. I'm going to stress on two. One of the main problems I think facing or DSU is space. We've not got enough space. We're kind of really restricted to that one level, and I think the potential of that one level is absolutely great. I mean, if we were able to get more space, either around campus or within the same building, I think we would be capable of a lot more. I want to tie that in with student involvement. Student involvement. I think if we have more of a presence on campus through DSU, then students will be more likely to get involved with the Students' Union, and I think that's linked in with space. So.
The university is spending millions of pounds with new sports facilities. We are an academic institution. What do you think can be done to have more books and educational material in the library?
Obviously, with the funding going to the sports thing, the government, they always go on about health and fitness and everything like that. So I think that is a key area and that should go untouched. So I don't think that budget should be compromised. At the same time, education, we're here for an education. And so, if it's a case of we needing new textbooks and everything like that, I think we should seek further funding in from the university or look at where we can make cuts. I know everyone doesn't like cuts, but they are a fact of life and they're going to happen if we are needing more educational material.
Second question. How would you liaise with the Vice-Chancellor?
I already follow him on Twitter. And, so I actually tweeted him last night as well. But obviously it would need a lot more communication through meetings and stuff like that, the formal approach opposed to the social media approach. And I think with the whole change around campus and with a whole new team, I think it would work well and kind of inspire everyone to get involved.
Finally, what impact do you think the government's white paper will have on higher education?
I've actually not read it.
It's a very long document, I wouldn't worry about it. It's the new moving into new fees.
Oh, into new fees. Oh, okay. I think that although there's going to be a high expectation of all first-year students that they're now paying £9,000 to kind of, we want 3 times the amount of service because we're only paying £3,000. I think that's actually wrong. They should obviously expect a high service from the university, which we already give. We're paying £3,000, they're paying £9,000, but the funding hasn't increased. The funding has been cut, which is why the fees have had to go up. It's not a case of we are just charging more to make more and kind of, make millions each year. We have had to put the fees up because of the cuts. So I don't think they should expect a lot more as such.
Did he reply when you tweeted us?
He did actually, yeah. Thank you.
Good afternoon everyone, my name's Lynette Williams. I'm a third year history and politics student. I'm vice chair of netball and I've been secretary for BRAG as well. I'm quite lucky to come from a background within this university where I've had the experience to meet with a lot of students who are already involved with the union. So my main point of my manifesto is to get out there and target the students that are not involved with the union. Last year we had an 8% voter turnout for these student elections, and that is just nothing out of 20,000 students. So first of all, I'm looking at representation and making sure that you are getting your voices across and heard. Second, I'm getting out there to make sure that the union's profile is raised and that everyone knows exactly what is on offer at the union in terms of services and sports and media, volunteering. And I also want to go out there and find out exactly what students want. I've looked at previous research before, particularly the 101 Voices that a previous president did a couple of years ago. And I want to use that as my basis to build on exactly what students want and then go out and do something about it.
This university is spending millions of pounds on new sports facilities. We are an educational institution. What do you think can be done to have more books and educational materials in the library?
Right, okay. The library is a very big problem actually. A lot of students can't find what they're looking for, struggle. In terms of trying to find new ways of getting resources in that way, there's always campaigns that we can run, there's always donations that we can take. In reality, we need to sit down, brainstorm and have a really good think about what we can do.
How will you liaise with the Vice-Chancellor?
How will I liaise? Well, obviously I will aim to keep a very good relationship between the union and the Vice-Chancellor. I have happened to see that he's quite happy on Twitter, quite a lot, so probably Twitter actually is going to be the best way to get hold of him.
Finally, what impact do you think the government's white paper will have on higher education?
The white paper is a really big problem. It's obviously making university more exclusive. 20,000 places have already been cut. There's going to be more competition. Further education colleges are now offering offering degrees, and there's no guarantees over where you're going to get your funding that we're looking at in a few years. I think the white paper is actually really seriously scary. I don't really know what we can do about it yet. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to try my hardest to absolutely find out, but I'm well aware of how serious it is.